It's a journey, y'all. It's called The Journey Within. That's what my friend said to me. She said,
Genius.
there's no greater journey than the journey within.
Hey everyone, what's good? What's good? I hope you're doing well, keeping swell, as always, in the highest vibration of love. This will dwell. I hope your day is fantastic. I hope it's just super amazing. It's always such a beautiful time to connect with spirit, to connect with ourselves as well. And here we are, another day, another reading, another download. Let's get it right into it, yeah? Today we are using the Cosmic Magic Oracle deck. This is it over here. And just after, cleansing and clearing this deck, I got this deck today, by the way. So yeah, I, kind of got a little feel for it. So yeah, like I'm saying, I just cleansed and cleared the deck. Of course I always do my deck interviews to see, what's the deck all about and stuff. And then as I was just putting it away, it's like, nah, we got something, we want to cook, my G, we want to get a little something out here. Because like I was thinking about doing like a pick a card reading. I think on the channel I've only done one, like ever. But it's like now we want to come forward with our own message first. It's kind of like finding its way into the space and all. But before we begin, please get your drink, get your snack. We're about to go in. We're about to chappies, but also chaps. I'm thinking like a chap, maybe an older man or an older gentleman. Perhaps even like the spirit of like you've got oh my goodness, I'm even being reminded about how this woman greeted me in the store. I'll tell you about that now. But like a spirit of like an older male spirit, like a grandfather, like that type of an energy. It's like just giving very much older masculine energy. But yeah, so I'm in the store and this girl like comes into the store all hype and stuff, like where I bought this oracle deck, right? But as soon as she sees me, and mind you, okay, so she's hype, she's like greeting the store owner, so I think they've got a relationship or something. Oh, okay, I think that's actually a part of this, like me telling the story, I think it's gonna relate to someone for some reason. So this lady comes in, she's all hype, but she's talking to the store owner, she's telling her what she needs and everything. But as soon as she sees me, she like calms all the way down. Like respect goes from 0 to 100, and she's like, hi, how are you? Yebo, Sabo. And like she got so respectful. Her whole vibe, the tone of her voice just changed. And I'm just thinking now, it's like, perhaps it's what it is that I'm saying, like this older masculine energy, like, when you are in the presence of your elders, you get into your respectful bag, you get into your honor bag type of a thing. And I think that's kind of like what's coming through right now, is to say that, if that energy comes around you or you embody that energy, then people just naturally respect you because of your aura, because of your presence, the energy that you exude. Mind you, yes, it's my story, but Spirit's leading me to tell the story right now. But it's like, I didn't even have to say anything. I didn't have to do anything. And just her taking note of me and seeing me, it's like, yo, I gotta put some respect on your name type of an energy, right? So I definitely think that's a part of this reading in some way, and I think it will apply to you in different ways. Either your energy is this what's this word I was about to say, like recognized, established mailed figure. Okay, it's been sent, it's mailed, something's been sent your way. Oh wow, you have also, you are the male figure that's established, or a distinguished male figure has been sent to you. So, oh my gosh, if you are like a divine feminine, a divine masculine is being sent your way, but then also you might also have a masculine guide, like, like I'm saying, like maybe it's like your father, your grandfather on the other side, who's like, yo, this is my son, this is my daughter, this is my divine chosen one, you know what I mean? Like, it's coming through like something like that. But I think, with me, oh wow, okay, we've been saying and getting into a lot more feeling as well. For me to even like bring this message forward, I think this is a message from that grandmother, okay, grandfather. Okay, for some people, oh my gosh, it's like they're coming together. It's like this grandfather is the one who's in front, but then comes with another woman behind her, a grandmother as well. I'm even thinking like how I was led to like putting the camera in such a way that the elephant as well as the leopard are both seen at the same time, and it's like the elephant is the big one and the leopard is the one coming along with it. So I'm very much thinking of it that way. It's like you have two guys that are present who are trying to get a message across, but then the masculine one is in front and then the feminine one is just like accompanying them. It's like, oh, okay, you're going somewhere, let me be your buddy, let me kappa you over there. Where you going, like where you headed to, you feel me? So yes, like I was saying, I've pulled out a few 542 and I saw 543 as well as 544. So it's everything's lining up. So that's something that's like coming through. And of course, with it being 4, then 2, 4, 3, then 4, 4. 2, 3, 4, from balance to collaboration and community, and then to like some kind of stability. So wow, that's dope. That's fire. Goodness gracious. Anyways, I've got 5 cards that I pre-pulled from this Cosmic Magic Oracle. By the way, you are the magic. Don't ever forget that. You are the magic. You are the vessel for magic. And tap in, tune in. All the elements are available to you for us. All right, first card that we have here is Mars, and it says action. First card, I mean, for me, this is already like the directive. Like, this is what needs to happen. If things are getting into alignment, 2, 3, 4, things are aligning, then we have to move in that. Hamba line, you feel me? Like, everything has its divine order, divine orchestration. As I'm looking at this card, thinking about Mars, I'm also seeing like all of these like craters on it. It kind of gives me moon vibes, but I'm also thinking about like a volcano, and a volcano erupts. So a lot of heat, a lot of fire as well. I mean, she's also dressed in orange, red. So again, he, she, please take the roles as necessary. But I think this is what they are asking us to do, right? Second card that I have here is Sagittarius, and that is joy. How beautiful is that? We are in the year of the fire horse, and I mean the brown horse, but I mean you could say it's a red horse, orange horse. Anyways, I'm getting a bunch of like sacral, solar plexus. Oh goodness, what's going on? Okay, I'm good. Maybe that's actually a part of this thing. Like maybe somebody's sinuses are going off. Allergies. What else? What are you saying, Spirit? You might be sick, runny nose. Maybe that's a confirmation for somebody. I don't know. But I'm just starting to feel like this, like almost it feels like something's like going into my right ear right now. Oh my gosh, I don't know what that's all about. I don't know. But yes, Sagittarius. Is it Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, the fire signs? And were we not just saying there's like fire going on over here? But anyways, with this joy, and with this horse also like being lifted up, like it's paused, I'm getting the sense or feeling that we need to take the time to actually like breathe and like smell the roses. You feel me? Like, where are we being placed or planted right now? Because we can always keep moving from different place to place, but in this place where you are right now, can you like, oh, look at me like talking about my nose being all funny, but it's like we need to smell the roses. We got to pay attention. And there's something to appreciate in this environment that we're in. We get to see like, the joy, like even like after rain, right? We have rainbows that appear after rain, and that's like the nice, beautiful synchronicity. It's like, also like the part of luck at the end of the rainbow. And while here I'm saying end of the rainbow, and the last card that we have here is Jupiter, and it also has a rainbow on it. Goodness gracious. So definitely a happy sign. Okay, it's fine. I'll read this one, but just remember that this is the last card. But here we have Jupiter, and it says luck. And wow, perhaps this is like a very much a lucky season, a lucky time. You know that saying of like luck is in the air, so you just gotta be on the lookout. So I think it ties in very nicely with this joy to say that wow, right now there is joy, there's even like more joy on the way, because there I'm skipping to the end of this card spread that I have here, and we're seeing that, you know, oh wow, it's such an interesting correlation that I'm looking at that there's roses on this card, and here, you know, she's like in this little garden, and there's like a ladybug there, 4-leaf clover there. So it's like all of these lucky signs are gonna appear and make themselves known. And of course, with me seeing like the butterfly feathers. Oh goodness, what's that tongue twister? She sells by the seashore. Like I think that's what it is. Butterfly feathers. So it's like I'm getting a lot of F's right now. Maybe there's F's in your name, but and then I was saying forward, front, like this energy is coming forward and it's front. So again, a lot of F's, right? And not F for the failure, but I'm saying all of these F words. So look, F words or like swear words. Like, you know, fuck, you know. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yes, the butterfly. Yo, butterfly, transformation, rebirth, right? Coming out of your cocoon, coming out of your shell. So with me even seeing this towards the end of the reading, it's like, yo, these things are all coming out and they're just gonna like align. So a bunch of synchronicities, oh my goodness, a bundle, like somebody's getting a whole bunch of luck like wrapped up in one. Maybe it's like coming through a situation, a person. So this person has like love, opportunity, good ideas, compassion, you feel me? Or this new thing, this new person, this new situation, this new experience is coming with a lot of things bundled up in it, right? So it looks like there's one thing coming through, but then there's layers to it, there's aspects to it, and all of them are like lucky. So because I'm just thinking like this is one card but multiple signs of luck, you know. And of course with me saying all the F's, right, it's like you'll see that these things are aligned, these things are layered. So it's like luck on luck on luck, and we were just talking about things being like following a certain order, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like, yeah, there's something about that. But again, we jumped from the second card to the fifth card. So also with me thinking jumping from second to fifth, like the rainbow. So it's like we're about to jump from one state of being, one timeline to a new timeline. Like, oh, wow. Okay, Spirit, I see you, gang. Okay, let's go. Anyways, as we continue to review these oracle cards, we have Saturn. Saturn is boundaries. You know, I was thinking about Saturn, how like it has that ring around it, and she has this ring around her, which is like the fence. You know, it's like a fence and also the defense, with it being the card right in the middle. I'm getting this as like, you know what, even as we move and take action and enjoy what we're at, we have to, you know who to keep in and know what to keep out. So, you know, that's the thing about boundaries, that it protects, but it also shields. So it serves a dual purpose, you know, for what's inside and what's outside. I'm also getting that as within, so without. And wow, I was getting this message the other day about how, you know, we can establish boundaries outside of ourselves, but then we can also be the boundary within ourselves. And how I received this message was like through, let's say, like social media, on WhatsApp or on Instagram, or, you know, whichever social platform you use, right? Or even like on your phone, you can block certain numbers. But we are now being reminded that, you know, which is why I think I'm sharing this message with you guys, is to say, sometimes we don't need to block certain energies from like using these tools, and remember that we have grown in our own discernment to be able to block them ourselves. So it's like I don't need to block a telemarketer using Truecaller, for example. I can just like see that a telemarketer is coming at me and then not decide to answer it myself. So there's something about like a greater level of trust with the boundaries that we are about to set in this new timeline, because it feels like this joy, us getting into this state of joy, is what's allowing us to take this new leap, this new bound. And I mean, with these two cards, because granted, I said there's 5 cards on the table, and I showed you 2 and 5, and these 2 cards are in between that. So it's like, as we're taking this leap, or within this leap, this is what's actually like being like zoned in on, focused on, you know what I mean? So yeah, the one is like the boundaries, and then the second one, how interesting, communication with Mercury. Oh, I'm just reminded of this lyric that I wrote. It's like people talking funny and blaming it on Mercury. And you know, I think it's so easy for us to again blame things. Oh, my lift is going off right now. Put things like the responsibility outside of ourselves. And I mean, it very much relates to like the throat chakra, and how, you know, the throat chakra is about speaking and listening, but it's also about taking responsibility. And like your tongue is also a weapon, because you can say words to heal, but you can also say words to harm. So this like words, this area with the tongue and the speech, it's very important. So, you know, it looks like as we quantum leap, as we move from one state to another, from more joy to more luck, it's like how we keep the F's, how we keep giving a fuck and also not giving a fuck, right? With these boundaries, it's knowing how to communicate, when to communicate, and also being responsible for those communications. So, wow, how interesting this message is like unfolding and unraveling right now. And it looks like, you know, with us also having these boundaries and clearer communication, what's not for us is gonna unfold and unravel. I'm thinking about that song by Kalani, Folded, and look at that, that's another F, right? So things are getting folded. So I think there's a lot of F words here that are like going to be like coming front and center for some reason. But yeah, man, this is quite interesting, but I like it. I like this energy, because from action to joy to boundaries to communication to more luck, like yo, let's cook. 165. Okay, give me 1 second. All right, back in it, back in this, back in. I'm back in my bag. Richard Dan. Oh, who's that? Oh, Nadia Nakai, back in. So it's about time. We're going back in, right? Yeah, so that was like the pre-pull of Oracle cards, right? And then I have a pre-pull of Tarot cards. But we're gonna dive in. We're gonna go a bit deeper into all of these. But the first two actually. So I was just shuffling after cleansing and clearing the decks, right? And then these two popped out together. And it is the 2 of Wands in reverse and the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So, wow, okay. Interesting. Okay, Spirit's saying like, okay, I see you. Bring out the other card as well. And then the other card that came out is the 6 of Swords in reverse. So already I'm thinking we have fire, earth, air, and there's no water over here, right? But yo, man, okay, Spirit's like saying, just look at this for a second. Okay, let's actually put this here. All right, because I did see this one, and then these two just like flipped out as well. All right, so starting with this one, all right, the 6 of Swords in reverse. There's something about like, oh wow. I did this guided meditation the other day, and it was speaking to like going into like deeper levels of your subconscious. And it's interesting how the practitioner, the lady in the guided meditation reading or message video, wow, okay, there's a lot, right? So you might be getting messages, videos, guidance like about going deeper into your subconscious, and how you can look at that is like a staircase. So it's like, here's your conscious mind and you're going deeper into your subconscious mind. And for me to see this in the reverse, it's like, one, like not shying away from going deep into the topics, deeper into the places and spaces that you actually need to like look at things, explore things, especially if we are being taught to take action, right? It's like, what is it that you can see that's bothering you, stopping you, hindering you, disturbing you, disrupting you? And now you, especially with this being again the 6 of Swords. This card usually speaks to moving from one state to another, movement, transition, right? But now it's like you are being made aware of what it is that could be standing in the way of this movement, this transition from form. Oh wow, I was about to say from, but form. What is it that's in the way of things taking form, things of taking shape? Because I'm even thinking like about that saying, like how form follows function, and when something functions, that means it's in action. So it's like we, or you, us, the collective, we are taking shape so that we can take this action, right? Okay, Spirit's saying that there's more. Oh yes, from one state to another. So you can actually change your frontal mind, your frontal lobe, by accessing that better, or oh my goodness, back. I was about to say back, but also better. There's something that is better for us that we are going to uncover, that is in our subconscious, because in this conscious mind, it's like we are not seeing the true, the fullness of this thing, right? And by tapping in, by going deeper into ourselves, we are going to uncover something that is going to put our actions into perspective. Wow. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. That had me like, whoa. That had me for a second. And I think for me to even pause just for that little bit is like rest, like consider, do this deliberation, just think about it as well. Okay, then I said these two cards came out together, but I'll start with this one. So Two of Wands in reverse. Yo, man, like these cards, interesting. And it's just 3 cards, but it's coming out so deep. Goodness gracious. Yo, this is like, it's coming across as like a warning, an action, a precursor. It's like before we even go like much deeper, because it feels like, again, we are moving from the conscious to the subconscious. It's it's asking for us to like pause, to reset, to rest as well, and be like, with me, how I'm also approaching this energy. It's like, okay, granted, we see what this overarching message is with these oracle cards, but it's like, okay, now take a moment to pause, to ponder, to reflect. You know what I mean? And even with this, it's like you made plans. I mean, just look at her with this blueprint, with this map, right? You have this whole thing in mind as to what it is that you want to manifest. That's what's going to bring you into your power. But it could also, if you look at it this way, it's like, it looks like a big chair, right? So it's like, what is it that we have been knocked off of? Because here's the chairs upside down. I'm even seeing like how, in a restaurant, or even in like classrooms and stuff, like when people are like leaving the classroom or sometimes entering the classroom. So at the start of the day or at the end of the day must end, the day must begin. But it's like, how people would like flip the chairs over and like put them on top of the tables. I'm getting an image about that, where before you start something, before you put something down, we are being called to like realize or recognize that it's about the journey in between. Because when we start the day, we're taking the chairs down and we're about to sit on them and do what we're gonna do there. And at the end of the day, we're putting the chairs back up. But it's like a review of the journey, what's in between, not only about how it started or where the destination is. Oh, goodness gracious. So, oh my gosh, my right ear is going off right now. But I'm also getting how, with this, with me saying the blueprints and the plans, and with me also seeing this as like the Two of Wands, right? It's like, can you allow, like I was saying, these 2 guides are coming forward earlier. Can you allow these 2 guides to come in and work with you? Right now I'm hearing surrender. And it's like, can you give up control? Can you trust in the divine plan, this divine action, this divine orchestration that's going to take place? That sometimes you don't always know what the best like way forward is, and you being like tasked to slow down and pause. Oh wow, just look at how both of these cards have like the manifestation infinity symbol in them. It's like everything that you've ever wanted. Oh my goodness, getting a lot of like magician energy right now as well, and my left side is like starting to shiver a little bit. It's like, look at all of these things that we want to create, how they require us to go deeper into ourselves, but then also recognize that we are like in a position to balance things, but then also work with spirit in a different way, or in a new way, a more revived, a more enhanced way. But yeah, I'm just getting this image again of like a chair, and then here it's like movement. So it's like from what we're thinking is gonna like allow us to take steps might have also been the very same thing that, oh wow. The speech, I don't know if somebody's got a lisp. Okay, or like kisses their teeth a lot. Okay, but anyway, yeah, it's like taking a seat on the steps. It's like as you were about to go deep into your subconscious, it's like, okay, you've got 10 steps to go, or like 10 steps for you to actually transition. But it's like you took a seat on one of the stairs, and now you like that seat is being knocked off. It's like, don't be too comfortable with what you once thought was the plan, with this level of success, this level of like manifestation, because you can like go further, right? This level of like understanding, this level of comprehension, because there is more for you when you can review how this path, this journey is moving. But then also here, it's like, you know, you can actually work harder, is what I'm getting. You can push harder and not shying away from actually putting in the grind, putting in the time, putting in the effort. And you know, there's also something about like how, your goodness, my crown's going off. It's like how not everything has to be logical. Not everything has to be like set in like, okay, I'm gonna go left and go right. And you know, I'm even being drawn to look at this boundary here as how it's like, you know, there's like maybe equal distances between all of these like posts and these signs. So it's like even on our way, not every sign is gonna come at a like distinct interval. Like, you know, like even when you're on like a highway or you're traveling you know, long distances, you get a sign every couple of 100 meters or every couple of kilometers, like, oh, this is how far you are. Or, you know, like even when you're like about to off ramp, it's like you're about to off ramp in like 500 meters, 400 meters, 300 meters too. It's like you're not going to get signs in the way that most people get signs, and that shouldn't be your deterrent from you not still pushing forward as to what it is that you want. And it's like not also being so focused on like what is seen, because it's like a lot of your work and your efforts might go like quote unquote unseen, but then it's actually putting out energy in the spiritual realm, in the realm that we don't see. So even though you don't see anything, energetically it is doing something, and you don't always have to look for like these external signs as to where is my work going. Why is the plan perhaps not shaping up? And why is my life, or my tummy is going off as well now. Why is there not this transition from my current state into this new timeline? You get what I mean? So I think this is also like I was saying, a reminder, a precursor, a warning. You know, now it's like starting to shape up. For a moment, I thought I wasn't even making any sense. So, yo, guys, if this is resonating with you, please do let me know, because I must tell you, sometimes like I'm also like giving the reading and I'm like, okay, you know what? My lips are getting a bit dry. Give me a second. Hold up. Yo, just after like pausing this, like flipped and like fell to its side a little bit. Yo, come on now. Oh my gosh. Okay, but I paused it at 28:55. Okay, I got something to balance it. But it's like, yeah, you know what? Spirit's like on some. Let's not be so focused on what is seen, and let that not be a deterrent for us to not continue working hard or pushing. Hey, come on now, we gotta see both of you in here. Oh my gosh. Come on. We good? Okay, here we go. Wow. I think that's actually like part of the reading for some reason. It's like how this phone was like, okay, granted, it's like once you make a movement, things are just gonna like start rolling. But then also I'm getting the tower card in my mind, how like, it's like the Tower of Pisa, how the tower just like leans to the side, and also like the distraction, but then also finding your balance all over again, because like we were saying, it was going from 42, 43, 44. But yeah, I was just saying something about how like sometimes I'll be doing these readings and I'm just like, is this even making sense? Is this like, getting delivered the way that I think it should be delivered? And I have said it in multiple videos, and I think I even say it quite often, where I remind myself to trust, like, yo dude, you are actually like tapping into this energy, you are feeling the energy, you're reading the energy, and it comes across in like so many different ways that it's about allowing the energy to also flow and allowing the energy to be also processed. But I get it, like this version that of me that is in the reading, like doing it, is like, what's going on? But then the version of me that like reviews it is like, oh, okay, it makes more sense. So this ties in with what we're talking about right now, is to say that like sometimes when we are in the motion, in the action, while we are doing something, we don't always know, like, why is spirit asking me to do this, or why do I feel like I need to do this, or perhaps maybe not do this, right? Because action could also be inaction, because sometimes it's like you're not gonna be like moving all the time, like 0 to 100 real quick, real fucking quick, nigga. You're not gonna be moving at like full speed ahead all the time, and there are times when you need to recharge so that you can take action again. But okay, that's just a little bit of a side message. But again, don't let your I feel like we've been going around this for a little bit. But it's like, because oh my gosh, okay, spirits, like that's actually a part of it as well. It's a matter of like how we spend time deliberating on when to take action, how to take action, who to take action with sometimes as well. And just trusting, getting into appreciating this joy, right? That is actually going to lead us to where we need to go and what's actually for us or about us. Like, yeah. And again, not letting the work or the results of your work be the deterrent for you not to take the actionable steps that you need to take. All right. Okay, let's go. Action. Oh wow, action. We got 9 of Pentacles, first card out. Goodness gracious. All right, let's go. Join the Tower. And did I not just say did I not just say that there's a tower? And you see what I was saying, that sometimes wow, can't make that up. 3223. Can't make that up. Can't make this shit up, gang. Can't make this shit up. Ace of Swords at the back of this deck. Can't make this shit up. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna leave this in the video. We are not editing this part out, because wow. How it just flipped over all over again. Like, wow. 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 Wow, what a confirmation. I was talking about the Tower earlier, and I pull out the Tower card and the phone just tips over all over again. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay, we got the structure. Okay, Ace of Swords is staying at the back. All right. Boundaries. Okay. First one. No. Okay. Okay, come through. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Still the first one. Okay. Oh, okay, there's two. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Okay, there was two there. Mercury, people talking funny, and okay, top again. Oh, you wanna go two this time as well? And Jupiter. Wow, like okay, two again. Okay. Oh, oh, you know what? I ain't gonna hold you, gang. I ain't gonna hold you. Okay, so it's 1-1, 2-2-3. Okay, but let's start with this thing. Action to Nine of Pentacles. This action we're gonna take is leading to our fulfillment, gang. I mean, just look at her. She's like sipping on some nice beverage, you know, with a nice tree there. Big pentacle behind her, everything in alignment, four at the top, four at the bottom, as above, so below. Like we were saying, we were speaking to some kind of like manifestation that was like coming together or taking place over there. And wow, man, this is just giving me like, you know, luxury type of a vibe as well. I mean, she's wearing this gown. I'm getting somebody who's also maybe like just gotten a massage or went to the spa, you know, just like treating themselves as well. So it's like, you know, just having your cake, eating it too. This is being very much like accomplished within yourself. Like, oh, I did that. I worked hard and now I get to enjoy the fruits of my labor. You know what I mean? This is very much a single card. This is seeing yourself, loving yourself, honoring yourself. And Spirit is aware that, you know, the actions that we are taking are firstly for ourselves. It's like before you can be anything for anyone else, you have to do this for yourself. And you are going to bless yourself. You are going to be blessed for taking these actions. You are going to be abundant first before your abundance gets to spread into this quantum leap. You know what I mean? I think this is also a reminder that, you know, what is your why? You know, why are you doing the things that you're doing? It's because you are wanting to be your best, most affluent, most abundant self. You know, you're looking for that fulfillment. And again, it's like, you know, why work so hard if you're not gonna like bless yourself, spoil yourself? You know, I'm even getting something about like acknowledging your body, acknowledging yourself. Okay, getting like my nose itchy, so we right on the nose of this thing. It's like, you know, you are getting to appreciate the vessel, the body, the spirit, the heart that went into all of these. You know, I mean, like I was saying, like the creators, right? You went into battle. You are the one who goes to work 30 days in a month, and at the end of the month you get your pay. You know, you get all your pentacles, and then the one person that you need to pay is you. Granted, you have all these things to take care of, to put into order, but you must remember to take care of yourself as you are taking this action, as you are going straight into the fire. You know, I'm getting something about like how you are the type of a person. I was even being drawn to the red here, how like you are like comfortable in tough situations, in situations that like present you with pressure, present you with fire, and you'll be the one who's like, what's that meme of like that dog that's surrounded by all this fire, and it's like, this is fine. You know, it's like you have a way of like, you know, tempering the flames and like finding your calm even within all of this movement, all this upset, all of this eruption. Like I was saying, something about the volcanoes as well. So I was also getting something about firefighters, where you are also like dimming the fires, like the temperance, like you're also like tempering things and, you know, making sure that things are still in order and functioning as well as they should. But while you do that for your environment, for other people, for other things, other situations, do it for yourself. Just love yourself one time, you know. So I think this is, again, I was saying about the action, like the doing and the not doing. While you do for other people, don't forget to do for yourself. Now my left ear is going off. By the way, when I say my left ear is going off, I take that as a positive. It's like a good confirmation, like, yeah, you know, like, cook, you know. And when I say my right ear is going off, usually that's for me like the opposite of that. It's like a reminder to like chill, like pause a little bit. It's almost like, you know, when you have like in the previous, I don't know if they still do it, like in older cartoons, but where they had like a angel and a demon on like either shoulder or either ear. It's like that type of a thing, where the left side is, you know, the angel side, and the right side is the demon side. But then we of course are in the middle, so it's a reminder to be balanced, right? To walk the middle path, to say there is light, there is dark, there is our bright, there is our shadow, and we are gonna remain within the two, the yin, the yang, the masculine, the feminine. And how are you gonna take all this action and not account for the times when you need to not take action? You know what I mean? The times when you need to chill. So it's very much a balanced approach, and in between that, you are taking your rest, you are loving yourself. So I'm getting that you have been taking action, and then this, in fact, this is the balance actually, where you've been moving and now you're chilling. So yeah, just a reminder to do that. And I think this is a moment in time where you're being called, or it's being said to you from the guys, like, yo, we know you're taking action, and things are about to take action. We're about to quantum leap, but just remember to always come back to yourself, because it's coming across as like something that you've cultivated. You are like allotting or allocating time in your day or within your week, or that type of a thing, like, hey, here's the time for me to like take heed and come back to myself. So like I was saying with that example, I'm thinking of like about a restaurant or at like a school or something where the chairs are going up or the chairs are coming down. That's the time to like come back to yourself, like, okay, how was my day? What did I do today? And my lecture's going off again. So it's a matter of recognizing again our why. Why are we doing the things that we're doing, and making sure that that is like our grounding thought, our grounding presence or action, right? Yo, guys, please excuse me. My throat chakra is going off right now. So a lot of cleansing and clearing. And I know that whenever that happens to me, it's also happening to someone in the collective. Again, earlier I was speaking to like sinuses, allergies, and of course we were speaking to the communication as well. So yeah, just take that into consideration. So for the joy, we have the Tower in reverse. This reminds me of our previous reading where we were saying, when things are falling apart, things are actually like falling into place. So can we appreciate that when things are like crumbling, that they are correct? But then also, it's like not preventing the tower moment, not being like, not having a negative attitude towards sudden upheavals, towards changes in our structure, in our foundation, in the way that we thought things were supposed to be. It's like when we are now seeking to, smell the fruits of our labor, take this quantum leap, or now enjoy what is coming about as a result of whatever destruction there was. It's like, how about we recognize that sometimes, wow, this is coming through in so many different ways, actually. Okay. Sometimes when things fall apart, it's looked at as bad, but it can be good. And sometimes when also things come together, it can look at as good, but it could actually be bad. So very much like oxymoron, juxtaposition energy is coming through with this right now, because it's like you finding the joy in the things that most people consider to be bad, but then also not like taking pride in other people's worlds, like being upset. You know what I mean? It's like when somebody gets their karma, don't sit there laughing. Even though you know it's what they deserve and you know it's for their growth, their expansion, it's what their soul chose. It's like not relishing in people's like misfortune, but also having the lessons and understanding that that's the way that they chose to learn that lesson. But then also in your case, it's like having taken that time to go within yourself, you understand why certain things needed to shape up and change. And while it might not like make fully like a lot of sense or fully come together, it's like a house, a house has its foundation, it has its rooms. And if you were gonna like elevate or expand or build upon that house, you don't want to build upon like shaky foundation. You don't want to build upon trash, because I'm even thinking about this one complex that was across the road from where I used to stay in my younger years. where, you know, they had built up this whole complex, multiple units, multiple houses, multiple structures. And then because they didn't check the foundation correctly before building, they needed to bring all of those foundations down because, you know, they didn't check the soil. So it's like you need to, before you like go ahead and start building with the thought of like, like, you know, in this case where this person built all these rental units in this complex, thinking about, oh, I want to make money, I want to set up my business, I want to do all these things, I want to have all of these like fruits of my labor, all of this splendor, you know. But like, you're not gonna rush the action, and that's actually what's being called for us. It's like, yes, we get it, the action is leading us to what's great and what's more, but we're not about to take this leap, whereas we can see that this foundation isn't gonna give us this joy, because you're building on trash, you know, you're building on like quicksand type of a thing, where you could build very quickly in the wrong direction as well. Because again, the horse is stopping, it's taking a moment to like pause and like, okay, wait, where are we actually going? Because the horse can move very quickly, which is, you know, what this fire horse here is characterized by, 45, 43. And I saw 45, 44 actually. So, you know, I was just thinking about that step back, that 45 to 44. It's like, okay, we pulling up, right? Oh, somebody's like even thinking about like pulling up on someone. Before this energy pulls up on you, you can like pull up on it. You know, I'm also thinking about a car. Somebody might be thinking about getting a car. Somebody wants to maybe pull up on you, or you're about to pull up on somebody. But like, before this new vehicle pulls up, before this new timeline pulls up on you, it's like, yo, can you take heed of, okay, what is this new timeline going to like cement itself within, you know, cement again, building upon. So this is a review of your foundation, reviewing this space that you've cultivated. Oh wow, what you're going into right now. This space that you've cultivated is like, what is it that can actually take root in this space? Is this space a big enough space? And, you know, I'm even looking at like, you know, space, because this is a very much cosmic deck, right? So it's like the galaxy within, the galaxy without. Can this new timeline occupy this space, and can you protect it? Because granted, a building, a house, as much as the walls are the boundary, you also have a boundary outside of that, which would be the fence and the outer walls. So that outer boundary, that inner boundary, the galaxy within, the galaxy without, it's like, yo, man, oh goodness, like I'm just channeling it right now. How about like, yo, it just feels like it's a flood, right? It feels like that expanse of the universe, that it's like I'm getting like a waterfall, like an overflow, this abundance. It's like, where is it? Oh, I'm getting all the shivers right now. Where can it rest? It's like, you know how like a waterfall has like a puddle or like a dam to rest in, and you know, like how dams also have like these walls, like a dam wall, you know what I mean? It's like it's shielding all of this abundance, all this flow, all this splendor, all of this beautiful thing that's coming in for you, this new timeline. It needs to be protected, and that's why we have this boundary. So we have this space, and look at this. It's like you are the temple, you are the structure, and it's like you have this thing about your aura, where again, like that example, that story I was telling earlier. Wow, this channeling is like coming through right now. Where it's like, as soon as someone enters your aura, they know how to come correct. They know like, yo, I gotta respect this person. This is how I have to show up, right? This is how I have to pull up in your energy. And then you also have the outer boundary, where as much as you are your own boundary and you have your own protection within yourself, within your vessel, there are some energies that are not even going to come close to you, that won't even have the chance to approach you, because you put up those barriers to be like, nah, I'm only vibing high or in places like this. Mind you, this person meets me inside of a crystal shop. Like, you feel me? It's like, you're not going to find me in a place. Like, for example, I'm not about to, let's say, I'm just thinking about like a club. the type of energy that you might meet at a club versus the type of energy you might meet at a crystal shop are two different things. So it's like the energy in your environment is the first layer or the first boundary, but then your own energy is the second boundary or the second layer. So there are like two layers of protection here. And Spirit was like, yo, we're gonna pull two cards. And you remember how like when I was pulling these cards, something was like kind of, okay, what's going on? And I thought I was going to pull out one card, but this is where the second layer came in. So it's like from this point onwards, because we had one, and it's like now from having taken that step back, now we can move forward, having starting to build upon this energy. Wow. Like from this moment onwards, like I was saying, the channel just like started just like, coming through. Is like, okay, because now the movement, the action has started from you having taken note of this boundary or this layer, this protection around you and in your environment. Now you can move forward wholeheartedly, knowing that you are protected within yourself. You have like spend all this time. Congratulations, by the way. Mind you, I'm getting some of these words like from this like thing that's on my TV screen. I'm like listening to a subliminal, and it's like it just said house earlier, and it's like from part of the reading. Now it's saying congratulations, and it said how lucky you are, and look at that, there's luck. So I know there's no mistakes. Everything works out for our highest and greatest good. But I was saying something. Of course, Spirit was like pulling me. Oh yes, you have spent all this time cultivating the tools, and then also me even saying like you are the temple, you are the house, you are the structure. So it's like you are now not going to let things like shake you up. You're not gonna be like ungrounded, because here I was even getting these messages about grounding a lot today. I mean, from you having walked the fire, I'm getting somebody like who walks on coals, and then even this horse is on the ground, but you now are taking the time to acknowledge the ground because of that movement. And then like this person is grounded, they are on this green, they are on this planet, on this earth, so coming back to earth. But then now from like coming back to earth, now you like setting your foundation. Now you get even closer to the earth. Now it's like you spread out your land. Now the new plan, remember we were speaking to, oh my gosh, okay, I'm just gonna flow with this, guys. We're just gonna cook with Spirit right now. I'm just gonna keep jumping around because this energy is just going everywhere. Remember I was speaking to how like this new plan, you gotta like have a new plan or a new strategy. It's like your plan is the most grounded plan. Now you are not only looking at the plan, you are on the plan, you are living the plan. And sorry for the middle finger, but I just realized because it's like the F, right? The F-U. But it's like if you are not part of the plan, then it's gotta roll off, it's gotta fuck off. And it's interesting how I keep like shielding myself from saying the swear word, and I think there's someone who is like conscious of how they appear and how they are perceived. And if it's not true to you or your most honest, truest reflection, then is it really supposed to be part of the plan? Because you had a view of the plan, but now you are on the plan because you are in this motion, right? And again, like I was saying, it's grounded, and the plan is to communicate as best as you can. What happened there? Okay, the card flipped over because you don't want your abundance to flip over. You worked so hard for this thing, and then it's like, boop. Now look at all the eyes. Now you don't even see it. No ways. We're not about to do that. No way, Jose. Not about to do that. But yes, just like I was saying, 2 layers, 2 levels to your boundaries, 2 layers to your protection. An internal one because you are the vessel, but then also within your environment. So this is about being aware of the places and spaces that you frequent, or the place like where you go. Just be conscious of the places where you go and the potential energies that might be that you might meet with, or like surround yourself with. Have a chance to even get into your auric field or auric space because of that environment that you're in. You know what I mean? Just like you going to, let's say like for example, a club, like you going to like the Devil's Playground, for example, Or you could be like going to like a spiritual retreat, or like, let's say, a church or a monastery, and the angels playground. Like, you get what I mean? Like, just flip it around as it like relates to you. But there's something about being in places and spaces that are actually speaking to you and allow more like fruitful energetic exchanges to occur. Okay, the next two cards that we have here, and again, this is in the middle of the reading, so it's like, yo, we got to, and we have to, and we got to. So it's something that you have, it's something that you got, something to attain, right? And look at how me speaking about something to attain, and this figure here is reaching for the Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, confirmation, bro. And it's like, knowing that you are wanting to attain this wealth, this new idea, this new career path, this new job, this new, come on, new timeline. Look, you're like, of course we did that. We manifested that. Come on now. You know, we're in a new time. Oh, you see, another lyric is coming through. Because Spirit comes to me in lyrics, guys. And you know what? I write these things down. And they just find themselves in the readings as well. 5528. 5 2 changes, but the change is in motion again. 2 balanced, 8 for this manifestation, gang. Of course we did that. New timeline. You are not gonna forsake what it takes for you to get this new beginning, this new idea, this new manifestation, this new creation, right? And this is also a reminder that, you know what, you need to keep trying. Yes, granted, you've worked hard, but even though you are not there yet, you are close, right? I mean, just look at how close that hand is to the pentacle. You are very close, but this is a reminder to keep going. You know, don't stop when you're so close. It's like your fate is around the corner and you are like literally 2, 3, 4, 5 steps away. Okay, Spirit saying it's 4 actually. 2, 3, or 4 steps away, not to 5 steps away. But again, I was saying, because that's the change, and because it's Spirit is saying 2, 3, 4, it's again, we're ending up at the stability, you know, the structure, the solid foundation. So it's like you are very close to solidifying this blessing, grounding this blessing, receiving this thing. But even though you're not seeing it and it feels like you've been going for a long time, of course I'm getting wounded warrior energy over here, but this is not having no longer having like the will, the drive, or the encouragement to proceed just because it hasn't happened yet. And the biggest thing about it is to say, there have been things that have come into your auric field, into your space, that have disturbed your frequency, your ability to ground and like be a vessel or a conduit or a channel for this energy. So the more you like feel into the energy, just like what was happening to me and what is happening right now, the more you recognize that like there are certain people, places and spaces and environments that are better suited to you, that allow you to continue like zoning in or honing and cultivating this energy that's actually for you. Oh, I just saw 57. So it's like the change will complete itself and further cement itself that this was the change to make. Wow. Okay, I thought there was more to that, but it's like, yo, we cooked. All right, gang, let's keep going. People talking funny and blame it on Mercury. Listen, guys, you know what? Everything is within ourselves, and sometimes we look for things, experiences, feelings outside of ourselves. But what is that really going to do in the long run? Because when those external things are no longer there and we're just by ourselves, like, you know that saying, like, who are you when nobody's looking or nobody's watching? You have to rest with yourself. You have to sit with yourself. And I mean, she's in this garden, park, field by herself. She's on her plan, right? And she's talking to herself. there's a lot of communication that happens also in the silence, because like I always say, silence is a sound. And I'm noticing like how the sun is just set. Let me turn on the light. Give me a second. Me saying the sun is just set, and of course it's like, you know what, the sun is set because what once was is no longer. And if we can like allow some things to be put to bed, we can actually step into that congratulations, that era where we are able to acknowledge like all this work, all this effort that we've actually put into ourselves. And actually that's what I was like missing earlier on when I said congratulations the first time, because I was like reading like messages on the screen. And it's about us acknowledging that, you know what, with this work, this effort, these tools that we've created within ourselves, we need to appreciate just how far they've gotten us, and not forsaking that. No longer self-sacrificing or self-sabotaging, because it's like, if all that work that you did got you to this point, and now you're about to like quantum leap. I'm even getting this vision in my mind's eye of like, if you've seen the Incredible Hulk movie, how he's like taking these leaps and bounds from like one mountain to another mountain. It's like, that's the type of movement we're going to make. And you are not gonna, again, like, get out of your graduation, your appreciation, your acknowledgement, and even acknowledge like, this is worth celebrating. I'm worth celebrating because of everything that I've done to get to this point in time. And you having taken the time to stick to your plan, to celebrate yourself, congratulate yourself, honor yourself, like, but do you realize how hard you worked? Do you realize that like your energy, your presence changed the environment? Just your inclusion as part of the equation made the outcome so much better. I'm even thinking about an actual equation, like x plus y equals whatever. And it's like you being a part of that, you being a variable, because I get it. Some people didn't want to take a chance on you, didn't want to take a bet on you, because you were this unknown, you were this variable. They didn't know what they were going to get. But having included you having taken a bet on yourself, you having taken a chance on yourself, granted, not knowing what the plan was, not knowing how the shift was going to occur. Okay, I'm getting car, pull up, but then I'm also getting something about curdle, like, when you're cooking and you don't want something to curdle, like bottle up and like get stuck to itself. But like, people didn't know just what your energy would do. Whether it would be too volatile, like in a reaction, again, like mixing of elements, particles. Like, we don't know what it's going to be like to have collective as part of this thing that we are building or creating. But having taken that chance, having taken that bet, allows this thing to like, form into something more beautiful than that they've ever seen before. I'm being drawn to how you see there's like, all of these connections with the stars and, the images that they form. So it's like, when one person looks at the stars, one sees this figure or this shape, and another one sees another shape. But just from you being there, things start to take shape. Whereas at first they just thought it was stars. But then you come through and you make them realize like, we can build something here. We can build something here. Because once you were the temple and you had your boundaries, you showed them that other boundaries could be established. Like, I'm even getting infinity and beyond, like, again, new bound, new era, new leaps. Like, you showed them that you were like the example of what could be done, what could be achieved. Like, new frontiers, again, the F word, new like, freedoms is what's coming through, like new ways of like expression, fearlessness, me just stretching out like this. I'm seeing out like the Jordan sign. It's like, he stretched out, right? You took your shot, you took the leap. Because you took the leap, now you communicated, you stuck to your plan, gang. And we got two kings. We got two kings right now. Oh, we on the way to the emperor in this. Okay, I just saw something else over there. I thought, hey, you know me, I always like to check at the back of the deck just to see, like, okay, this energy is saying that, okay, but Spirit, of course, led me to the back of the deck for a reason, and we'll get to that. But it's like, yo, king upright and the king in reverse, king of pentacles, king of swords. It's like, whoo. Remember I was saying earlier on, there's like a well-established male, or you know, whether it's somebody being introduced to you physically or even in the spiritual. It's like this communication that you have with this being, this spirit, this energy that is very revered and established. It's actually what's going to help you also get out of your mind, get out of indecision, get out of like not being, what can I say, man? Not being the person who takes action, or like not being directive. Because it's like you can have all, like let's say it's a company, right? You can have all the money, you can have all the resources, but if you don't have like the correct leadership, if you don't have the correct director or directive, then where is this company actually going? This is giving me like CEO energy. This is giving me like angel fund or angel investor energy. So it's like these two energies need to kind of get into like a symbiosis is what's coming through, where they're able to like feed off of each other and like actually nurture each other, because some great actions and decisions need like the right funding, the right structure, the right foundation for them to leap off, like what I was saying, right? But even though now, again, like I was saying, congratulations, you have cultivated the right foundation, the right platform, the right frontier, the right plateau to do these things that you're doing, because now you are on the plan, right? What she's laying on. But now from this point to move into this galaxy, into this great expanse, now you're not going to again forsake. You need to again look at that hammer or the gavel with the eye there. And of course I'm getting justice, and you know, it would be an injustice for you not to take your sword and be very much directive, you know, like knowing what to cut out, what to include, and also being instructive, following these instructions. Because like I was saying, this communication is about listening to your guides who are giving you this structure, this foundation, this blessing, this establishment. You know, again, this is like a whole, it's like, imagine somebody like getting an inheritance, being gifted a whole business, like you being gifted something that's like already fully fledged, already complete in a sense, but your decision making power is what's going to allow it to continue. And it's like you, let's say, winning the lottery and then knowing how to diversify that money, invest that money, you know what I mean? It's like something very big, like I mentioned earlier, it comes through one big thing, but it has like layers to it. So all these layers are like different, oh, my left is going off, different aspects or parts of it that you need to like allocate into something. So for example, let's say you get to like a lump sum of money and you decide, okay, I'm going to use a little bit of it just to spoil myself right now, but I'm going to use a big part of it to invest, to, you know, start up a new business, and then to, you know, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you're just going to allocate it accordingly. And this is that reminder to say, don't let this big blessing, this big abundance get in the way of like how you discern, how you think, how you take action on what makes the most sense, or what's going to lead to more, or making more of this. You get me? So this communication, of course, also swords, being about intellect, wisdom, and communication. Oh, this is why Spirit was leading me to the back of the deck, because we have the Ace of Swords in reverse. You are not going to forsake. Oh, goodness. I'm looking at the crown there, and I thought this was like actually the right way around, because again, you are in your kingdom era. This is like kingdom wealth. This is kingdom spouse type of a thing. It's like you are being met with or confronted, I was about to say collided with as well, because it feels like it's just gonna like crash into your timeline. It's like something's just gonna like boom, like explode type of a thing, just come really big. Again, like I was saying, there's layers to it. So it's like, okay, this is a side message. When this thing occurs, it might occur in a way that is like tumultuous or rough or quick, or it pulls up on you unexpectedly, right? But then that's not a reason to shy away from it or second guess that it actually is a blessing, that it actually is a good thing for you, because like we saw with the Tower card and this joy together, there's a good reason why it came to you that way. It's like with me, oh, I'm getting all these shivers right now. I was saying earlier on like how like frontiers, leaps and bounds. Imagine like a spacecraft is like landing on Earth, but it lands on Earth, like it crashes on Earth, but it comes with good reason or good purpose. I'm even thinking about the story of like Superman, how Superman left his home planet because it was exploding. He left Krypton because it was exploding, and he crash landed on Earth, but he came with good to do good. And you know what's that saying from Tracy and like Diddy Rock? Superman does good, but you're doing well. Woo! Goodness gracious. It's like, oh my word, man. It's like, it's so crazy how these things like just come in together into the messages. But it's like, yo, you are not gonna now forsake your clarity, your peace of mind, your ability to discern, to move with tact, to move with truth, to move with like discernment, yes, into how you allocate these funds, these resources, deal with this kingdom wealth, kingdom spouse, kingdom inheritance. Like, yo, you're not gonna fuck this up. You are not gonna fuck this up. And you see, this time I didn't hold back on the F word, because now like the weight or the gravity of it is like upon you. Like, yo, you cannot, you will not. You get me? Like this is like the teacher or like somebody coming with a hiding, or the ruler or the directive again. Again, it's like that's the communication coming through, that yo, for us to get to this, enjoy our fruits of our labor and eat it too, it's like, yo, we're gonna give you millions on millions, but you will not fuck it up. You will not be that guy who's like, you know, they're always saying like, oh, sorry, I thought there was like a bug or something, but it was actually just like the color of the cable. But it's like, exactly, you be discerning and making sure that like there are no bugs, there are no like little pests that are coming here to disturb your channeling, your reading, this foundation that you've set with, you know, your people, with what you're trying to build. So it takes two kings. It takes, you know, because again, two layers of this foundation, two layers of this barrier. 1, 2, 2, 2. I just saw, wait, it was 1, 1, and then 2, 2, 2. So it's like how, oh goodness, and it's the second time I see that number today, and my crown's going off right now. Goodness gracious. It's like it's gonna take these two layers, these two tools, these two cards, and 2, 2, 2, and the next cards that we have here are 3 of them. So it's like 3 twos, but it's the 1 and the 1, the coming together of these two kings with wisdom, discernment, as well as with affluence, power, position, influence. It's like all of these things are coming together, but of course reminding you not to forsake how the one element comes and how they work, like meet, how they collaborate, how they get into this symbiosis, this mutual reciprocal, you know, relationship. Because we want everything to be copacetic out here. Like, you know, it's again, it's so much wisdom. Like, you see, I'm even like using these, like, I would say not so common words, I would say big words, as we would say. It's like, again, it's like you need to rise up. You need to step up for what's actually happening here. And that's what I said. Once you are on the plan and you now moving into this greater expanse, this greater galaxy, this new frontier, it requires you to step up. So this person is on the plan, now they're gonna stand up. It's about time we stand up. Stand up. What's this? There's a song, Stand Up. Man, what's the name of this artist? It's about time we stand up. Stand up. Stand up. It's a, oh goodness, and I've got this in a playlist. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys what it is. Let me just tell you quickly. Hold up. Okay, I had to post the video just to check on Spotify what it was. But the song is called "Stand Up" by Sunday, and Sunday spelled like Sondae. So even in that song, oh goodness, he's speaking to how he's conquered all of these different things within himself about his faith and his journey. And again, it's about time we stand up. So it's about time that with all the listening, with all the tools, with all the boundaries, because again, remember how I was saying that the boundaries and the communication were in between the rainbow cards, in between this transition, in between one leap and bound. So again, think between, like Halka was saying, jumping from this place to this place, this in between time, we are realizing that it took us standing up to get to the other place and having the drive, the willingness to move from one place to another. So from one king to the next king. And it's like, yo, man, it's just honoring the movement, honoring the trajectory as well, again, having the direction as to what it is that you want to follow, and a reminder of what is true to us and not forsaking that. Because for us to even see this Ace of Swords at the back of the deck, right, it's like, it's the truth. This is highlighting, because it's at the back of the deck, okay, granted it's in reverse, so it could be lies, but it's highlighting that, also, like, the truth comes at a cost. And it requires you to step into leadership. It requires you to step into, oh, my lift just going off again. And this time it's like pulsing, it's like pop, pop, pop. It requires a greater version of you, the version of you that has the boundaries, and the version of you that can, like, hold the space, have the capacity to love and honor yourself while still being able to move ahead and knowing when to move ahead. Again, having tact, having purpose, having a drive, having this discernment, this ability to see, like, when is it time to use my sword and when is it time to, like, put it back into the sheath, when is it time to, like, call rank or pull rank, because you are the king, right? But there are times when you need to get off the throne and, like, recharge, get into hermit mode, get into recharge, your regenerative mode. Yo, goodness. My left is just been going off. And we have the luck, because you're so lucky. We up all night to get fun. We up all night to get lucky. We up all night to get lucky. Oh, and look at me saying we up all night to get lucky, because I was speaking to, like, how, okay, that's what Daft Punk and Pharrell. But lucky is like, you in the club, you're having fun, you thinking you're gonna get lucky, take a girl or a guy home with you, or have a good evening, things aligning, the stars aligning. Because all of these decks, or all of these cards have had, like, different stars in them. And like I was saying, because you were the variable that was introduced to the situation, and this is in two ways, by the way, like a variable in other people's situations, but also a variable to yourself, like not knowing, like, where do I go? Should I stay? Should I go? I'm in control either way. So, clubs, brandy, I don't know, maybe brandy somebody's, like, favorite drink, because just look at her, she's, like, sipping a drink as well over there. So I don't know, some dark liquor, some liqueur, some tequila, I don't know, that's somebody's favorite drink. Or, like, just brown liquor, could be whatever it is, could be rum, I don't know. But of course, big collective. But definitely, it could be wine as well. Could be wine, red wine, but definitely a drink of a dark color. And yeah, I'm saying brandy because I'm thinking about being in a club and being lucky, right? But of course, it's not only that type of luck, but again, things aligning, things in order. It's hambang online, again, 2, 3, 4, like I was saying. You were the star in the situation, but you are also the star for yourself. You illuminated, you shed light. Stars are hot, they are burning, you provide this warmth. You provide, like, this safe space for people to, that's why people want to be in your space, you feel me? Like, that's why you need these boundaries, because, like, not everybody can even stand the heat, like a moth to a flame. It's attracted to your heat or your warmth, but then they might just burn. And that's why it's so important to be like aware of your communication, because some people come to you to heal, and some other people come to you and they get hurt because of how your heat, your star power affected them in their own auric field or in their own auric spaces. You feel me? So yeah, there's just knowing how to like wield your power. 542 or 524, but of course no mistakes, right? Or I'm just thinking about how I had to start the video all over because, moving to another application. So it's like, again, you moving to this new timeline, this new place where you can now apply these tools, have this new application, because you are already you. And it's like, imagine taking a star, like imagine somebody took the sun out of our galaxy and took our sun and put it in another galaxy or another dimension. You get me? It's like it would also learn how to exist within that new frontier, in that new place, in that new platform. So this new timeline, this new place, this new platform calls for that different version of us. Yes, still be warm. Yes, still be bright, and know that your luck is coming in for sure. Because even where you are now, or having been led to, because there's two parts of the collective, some that are already there and some that are going there. And in that visual that I was having about like how the Hulk is like jumping from like one mountain to the next, it's like there are some people who are just taking the leap, and some people are like mid leap. But it's a matter of saying, you arriving at this new place and this new location, it's saying that it's all part of your luck. You are going to land, and you are going to land firmly. You have the wings that are going to hold you through the transition, as you take that leap, and know that it's for your highest and greatest good. You are lucky. You are provided for. And again, I'm being brought back to how earlier on I was saying how like a lot of F's, a lot of things in alignment. So it's like frequency, friends, family, funds, like it's just a lot of things like coming together. And what's that brand like with a bunch of F's? I think it's like Fendi or something. So I don't know, maybe somebody likes Fendi, or you want to get Fendi, or is that Fenty? Like, is that the Rihanna one? Like, okay, Fendi, like, you get me? But there's a lot of F's coming through, gang. There's a lot of F's coming through. Goodness. I've been talking a lot. Okay. But yeah, there's just a lot of F's, guys. Like, I don't know. And you don't give no F's anymore. What's that book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck? Because again, some of the most affluent or successful people are the people who didn't give a fuck. It's like your lucky break comes from you not caring sometimes about what people are going to do, say, or think. Because like, what if, again, you are like quarter to luck, 2, 3, or 4 steps away from this great establishment, this great funding, this great Fendi or Fenty, right? This lavish type of a thing, like lifestyle, product, existence, being, and you just don't do it. Like, you don't take that leap. You don't get into this new timeline. But of course we did that. Like I'm saying, this is telling me that you are about to, or you're already in the motions of doing that, right? And you know what luck comes with? Luck comes with these last 3 cards. And I'm thinking earlier how I was like saying 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. So this is how the things start to align, right? And the first one is the 8 of Cups. Wow. And another staircase. So it's like you went down into, oh, my crown is going off right now. You went down into deeper understanding, deeper into your subconsciousness. And then now you rise from that, having gone through this transformation, this internal transformation of your feelings, your emotions, your intuition. Like, you used those tools to slay like the internal demons, the things that needed to be like spilled, because they're not line 44. They were not going to form part of your rise, your ascension. And it's interesting how it's like how we move from like earth to, or not earth, well, we are on earth on this platform. Goodness gracious. And both of them have a platform, right? Because I mean, just look, there's that ground there and there's a ground over here. But it's like we're moving from this grounded place, we're moving from our earth, from having been in our minds, the air, the soul so much, to understanding that it needed feeling. It needed us to go within. How does this feel? Is this what I want to experience, you know? Is this like aligning with what's in tune for me or out of tune for me? You know, I'm even getting like Neptune as well. So what's that like? That's Pisces, Aquarius type energy right now. And it's also like a radio, like how you have to like tune into a frequency, because again, you zoning into the frequency of luck. And granted, we're seeing Jupiter over here, and I think Neptune and Jupiter are like right next to each other or something, right? Feels like I'm right, but regardless, we're in space, and from one to another, from one planet to the other planet, from one Earth to the other Earth, you know, from one foundation to the other one, we needed to see where we needed to go. And look at this again, there's the eye on the hammer, the gavel, and there's the eye on the door. And it's like the injustice was you staying in this area where perhaps you even thought like you constantly need to like do more healing, more shadow work, because eventually you get to a point where you have let those old structures go. You have let those things that were holding or binding to you go, and now you are looking towards taking that higher path. Granted, it is effort, it is action, because like one step, next step, you walking up this path, right? But then now you are moving with joy, because each step of the way you're like, oh, I'm here now. Oh, I'm here now. Like you are now enjoying the journey. Enjoy, because it's like it's joy in motion. Ooh, we cooking right here. 12:12 and 12:11. But it's like, you know, mind you, I saw 12:11, but I said 12:12. So it's like you are even anticipating the joy. You are anticipating the splendor. You are anticipating that there's more luck. So it's like each step that you take, granted there's action and effort required, but you know that each step you take is in a direction that is going to be good for you. And it's interesting how I was saying that, like, our thinking, rather, it was given to me in our mind's eye by spirit, how, you know, taking a higher path can seem difficult if we are carrying a lot of bags or carrying a lot of weight. But that's why we had to let these things go on this platform. We had to leave them behind. Because, I mean, the next card, come on, gang, the 10 of Wands. This is letting go of burdens. This is like letting go of things that no longer serve you, right? The things that you perhaps thought you needed to apply action and attention and focus into, that you needed to fight for. But now you don't need to anymore. You see how she's like juggling all of these different things? Now it's like, fuck this. I'm actually going to let all of these ones fall. You guys should keep cheap. Oh, some people are cheap because like, yo, because now we're stepping into this luxury lifetime, oh wow, I was about to say this luxury lifestyle, but it's gonna last a lifetime, because it's not only for you, but you're building an empire. It's for you and your kids, and that's why you need to be this king, right? Because it's a kingdom. And again, the kingdom, you know, it's the king that creates the kingdom. The kingdom doesn't create the king. And that's why you had to get your own, again, middle finger vibes, don't mind me. You needed to like become this king so that you can have the kingdom. You know, like kingship started within, leadership started within. Ooh-wee. Goodness gracious. But it's like, I was saying, man, they were saying cheap, luxury, okay, we get it. But there was another word, man. Look, you're like, okay, I don't know what that word was, but what's coming through right now is like, when people hit you up and ask you to solve their problems, right? You know who to help. You know which like situations to be a part of. You're not gonna now carry other people's burdens and like I was saying, fuck it, just let all the chips fall. Maybe that's the word, CH. That's kind of what it sounds like. You let all the chips fall, you know, because when you go back into your consciousness and you think about like all these tools that I have, all this ability and capability that I have now, am I gonna forsake that? Am I gonna fuck that up? No, you're not gonna do that, because you have learned that you need to operate from love. You know that, you know what, when you act from love, when you take action, right? When you move with your heart, when you let your love lead, when you let love lead, L, and you remember I was saying F, and then F is an L, just with more lines to it, more boundaries to it. Like, oh wait, my G, like, yo. Love with boundaries. Love with boundaries. Oh my gosh. You know what? That's like part of what we're gonna call this reading, I think. I'm gonna put it somewhere like, oh my word. We are protecting the love. We are protecting the boundaries. This, oh my gosh, this love is in motion. These boundaries are also in motion, and they are moved by love. Because again, it's a night, right? It's a night. And again, the boundary being this armor, this protection. Ooh, confirmation, but goodness gracious. As you take, ooh, sorry. No, goodness, thank you, Spirit. As you move forward, as you take these actionable steps, you're going to have to drop all these weights. Drop all those things that are calling at you, pulling at you. Some things that you decided to carry, other things that were even put onto you. You are now letting them go. You're stopping the juggling. You're stopping. You know, I was saying juggling and stop together. So stopping, like, it's because again, they were so like bound to you, right? Because if you think of the 8 of Cups in like the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, it's like you see a bunch of cups, like, you know, kind of set up in like a structure. But it's also like, I think of like a train, because the 8 of Cups can also represent a train, by the way, because it's movement, but it's like compartmentalized movement. So a train has a bunch of carriages, but that's what it was. The stoppling, which was like you having been like carriages, like being bound to the things that you didn't need to carry, this extra weight. So it's like, oh goodness gracious, what's going on here? So it's like you letting go, you moving ahead and dropping what's not for you, and then moving ahead with this love. And for me to even have it like in this reverse, it's like, now you're not gonna go and forsake that and not give yourself the love, because you have to love yourself first to love other people. You can only give something that you have. I have time, so I give you my time, and I spend time with you. I love myself, so I can now love you. You know, we're not gonna forsake what we've got, gang. You know, some people can say you're heartless, but you keep showing up for them. Sounds like more heartful. Come on now. You know, and you start to now recognize like, hey, here are situations where I'm giving so much, you know, where I'm overextending. And we're not gonna do that anymore, because we are in our lucky era. We are seeing butterflies and ladybugs and 4-leaf clovers and rainbows, and like, come on. Drop your favorite lucky sign, your favorite lucky number. Let me know, 184. You know, like, we all have different lucky signs and mementos and, you know, things like that. I mean, for me, I'll tell you, like, 2-3, you know, 2-3, we're taking the leap. Like, that's one of my favorite numbers. But I also think, like, 2-3 zone, because in basketball, you're in the 2-3 zone, the zone where you're about to take your shot. So you are, you know, on this platform, your 2-3 zone, and you're about to leap into this new door, in this new timeline. You can't do that by holding on to stuff and not loving, not letting love lead. And this is not only the love that you give to others, but the love that you give to yourself, because here's this outpouring now. Goodness. We already looked at the back of the tarot deck, which was, you know, the ace of, okay, Spirit saying, well, there's one more here. So it was this Ace of Swords, but behind that, We stepping into our victory, gang. This is like virality. This is being visible. This is triumph. This is success. And we were saying congratulations earlier on. So you needing to be congratulated for all your efforts. This could also speak to something on like a social media. Again, this is just like I'm getting billboards as well. So it's just something like very big, very like grand, like again, we're speaking to like luxuries and like enjoying the fruits of your labor, but it's big, it's huge. Also, we're saying like something that's very much established, like very big, but yo, don't forsake the truth. That's the truth. Lately I stayed in the booth, dropping fire on the mic, now it's through the roof. That's one of my lyrics as well. So it's like, how it applies to this reading. Oh my gosh, thank you, Spirit. With me saying that's the truth, lately I stay in the booth. It's like you are in the truth, like how the sword is inside the crown. That's your booth, your kingdom. You are within your boundaries. And of course I was talking about like being in the studio, right? But look at it applying to this. You are within the environment that allows you to exercise your truth. And now we've been talking about this new frontier, this new plateau, this new platform. And look what's happening here. That variable that once was like volatile, your energy, it's actually the one that's leading the way. And like the leadership, again, I was getting CEO, director type of an energy. You have created something. And you're going to be acknowledged and appreciated for it. And you're going to win. Win, 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 win. Win, J-Rock. Let's win. That's what I'm thinking about. Oh, look at that. And look how both of these cards have like, the sword is up, the wand is up. Because now you've learned, gang. You've learned how to apply yourself and your discernment. It's like you lead with the truth. You're not going to now participate in things that are like sneaky, sly, or like up behavior or RP, get what I mean? It's like, yo, where we going? And we going my way. And this is how I'm going to do it. You're going to learn still, even though you are being appreciated and acknowledged and like blessed, instructed, guided to be, the leader of this new place and this new platform. What's coming across here? It's like, imagine like all you ever wanted in your life was to have like $1 million. Then you have the $1 million, but your life is still going. Like there's still more to do. So it's like you are gonna achieve your dreams, you're gonna achieve your desires, but then there's still gonna be more for you to learn and discover, because now it's about maintaining that, but then also achieving more things, because it's only one piece of the puzzle as to what is actually destined or like being set out on the stage for you. Because again, there's a lot of this. The platforms on platforms, business on business, timeline on timeline, like money on money. You get what I mean? It's like yapenduka lento, and it's like multiplying, it's amplifying. That's what's happening right now. And wow, Pisces energy, and I resonate with this. I'm a Pisces. And was I not saying Neptune energy earlier on, and here it is coming through, right? Because Pisces is ruled by Neptune. But intuition, as above, so below, the two fish again, two up, two down, like, the balance going up, the balance coming down. Again, you being in the channel, like I've been for I don't know how long now, 2, 3, 41, because 2, 3 again, you're in the zone. 4, stable, secure, security, coming back to one, coming back to yourself. And look at that, 4 candles on either side. And there's 2 fish, and there's 5 cards. So it's like, can you stay balanced? Can you stay structured, ordered, even as you view the changes, as you again take these actions? And remember how we were saying that like there's an aura outside of you, aura within you, but like you staying in the channel will allow you to receive these messages. And there's this again, the symbiosis taking place, this transfer where you communicating with spirits communicating with you. It's like it's a collaboration, it's a co-manifestation, it's a co-creation. You get what I mean? And even with me moving like this, it's like enjoy this thing, because it's like the joy is in motion. You feel me? So it's like you don't have to now like look at everything as like it's like it's determinant or stuck or hard or challenging, whereas you are meant to like enjoy the process, follow the process, but also fall in love with the process of manifestation, creation, collaboration, co-manifestation, co-creation, because you're not doing this alone. You feel me? So yeah, man, follow those intuitive hits. And the numbers here is 12. In fact, let me just read out all the numbers that we have. Of course, we had aces, so there's 1. Okay, Spirit saying nope, actually don't do that. But anyway, the number 12 stuck out to me because, okay, this is the number that we need to focus on. 12, right? And if we reduce that, it's 3. And here are 3 characters. So it's like there's the message, the energies, your guides, but then there's also you. And 3 is the collaboration, which is the coming together. So yeah, man, let us leave this. Oh, I'm getting now how 11 is a master number, and now 12 being after 11. It's like, again, you having achieved what you really wanted, but now you stepped into mastery of yourself, your tools, your current existence. But from 11, oh wow, like now you moving ahead, like going ahead. But oh goodness, there's like, my right ear's going off right now, and it's like, yo, don't forget that there's other things to learn. You have only mastered an aspect of this life, of who you are, or who you are still yet to be, who you are still becoming, is the reminder. But again, don't like forsake the lessons. It's like the more you know, the more you know. The more you know, the more you know that you don't know. So it's like still being open to learning, even though you know so much, even though you've become good or quote unquote mastered so much, there are still other aspects or other dimensions that you are going to tap into. So again, moving from 11, that balance, into now introducing this new lesson, this new path into what it is that you're going to do, right? So yeah, it's quite interesting. Quite interesting. I feel like Spirit, okay, you got more? No. But I think, yeah, we're gonna like actually, I think in another reading, we're gonna tap into this like a lot more, to say like this new path or what it, okay. Spirit says just like goes to the back of this. Oh my gosh. Did we not just say fire, bro? And like, granted, my ear was like feeling all hot and stuff. And look at this, fire. And it's like, keep it burning and burning. What's that song? That's Thames burning. I'm even being reminded of the message that I was saying, or the channel song that I heard earlier, which was the Stand Up by Sunday. And it's like, stand up, burning. It's like, staking your claim, moving forward. I mean, even these candles are burning. And here we are, like, oh my goodness. And behind that, we have creativity. It's like, oh my goodness, gang. You know what? We have to move forward in our creativity. Keep the fire burning. Oh, okay. I see you, Spirit. It's like, don't let the thoughts of you having been so good or having mastered so much even like hinder you from learning new things, because you're gonna learn new things in this new timeline. And of course you did that, but your spirit team also came through to help you do that. Wow, man. Wow, like, whoa. Thank you, spirit team. Thank you, Soul Tribe, for being the vibe. Thank you for the scribe, what was written, because it is written. This is fate, this is destiny. But for you on the other side, please don't forget to subscribe and share this with someone that you think it would be relevant with too. And yeah, it'd just be great. It'd be great. Thank you so much. Peace and love, gang. And what we're gonna say? Fuck 'em. All the F's.